Our programs and services are provided through 3 program areas. Our Faith in Action Care program is a major service delivery program providing transportation, minor home repair, and visitation and respite care for individuals who are seeking to remain independent in their own homes.
Minor home repair, and that could be tightening screws and changing light bulbs, but occasionally we get projects that require a real team effort. And a project could cost $50 or $100 is about a minimum, even if you're replacing a faucet. A small ramp will cost $400 to $500, and a more extensive project could be up to $1,000. So there's considerable cost involved, and we do need help from the community in any way we can find it.
We need people, ideally, to make an ongoing commitment so they can do it, whether it's once a week or once a month, but something that's ongoing. It just makes it a whole lot easier for our staff and for our clients to know that we've got a number of volunteers that we can count on.
My first day I remember going, and a very nice gentleman who was born in Austria was in the war. He came to this country and got a job as a shoeshine boy because he couldn't get any work. And I realized he doesn't really go out very much, so I thought, well, gee, you know, got to take him somewhere. And I made it a point that we were going to try to hit every possible coffee shop in the whole area.
What happens if you wake up tomorrow and you can't drive?
I had reconstruction on my left eye. I had me on watch, a real demanding schedule, like 2 and 3 times a week. Shepherd Center saw to it that I got to those apartments, and now I'm doing just fine. Sometimes you just need to talk about what's going on with you. All those volunteers that I have met, they all have a listening ear when you need somebody to talk to.
You get to go all different places and get to fellowship with other people, and that's the good thing why I like about it, because you get to eat different types of food and seeing other people from other different places and stuff like that, and especially the workers who serve the food. We get to, you know, meet them how courteous and kind they are to us, you know, and the cook, whoever cooks the food, they throw down on it, and that food is very, very good. Yes, and I appreciate everything that they have done for us, you know. Yes.
Our program area in Congregational Nurse and Health Ministry engages volunteer nurses in congregations throughout most of Forsyth County, provides training and network support for nurses who are providing frontline support in their own congregations in the area of health and wellness.
I did a health fair. I had publicized it in the school, and I had to get permission from the school board in order to hang flyers and send home flyers. I sent home flyers with all the elementary children in English and Spanish. We brought in the children for a music festival. I did a blood drive at the same time, and I ran a health fair, and I had interpreters from Baptist to come help me, and I had a chiropractor, an audiologist, someone who checked eyes, and I did blood pressures, glucoses, and BMIs. We got passports, and I had them fill them out. And I said, any of you that have more than 2 conditions, come back to me and share it with me, because I need to know that for you. I need to know if you're a diabetic. I need to know if you've had a heart attack or bypass surgery or a transplant. You need to share that with me so I can take better care of you. Most of the answers were things about disease, checks on their blood pressure, their health, their medicines, and speakers. We fill out our little green card. Everybody in my congregation's got one. They want that in your mailbox. Thanks to Judy. Sunday morning before church, one of our parishioners who is healthy, gray as a sheet, sweating like a trooper, looked like crap. I ran and grabbed my blood pressure cuff. She was 160 over 100. I said, smile for me. She was in the throes of having a stroke. She got TPA'd, and by the time I got to the hospital to see her in the emergency room, hi Jane, how are you? Pink, healthy, happy, looking like a different lady. And she said, All I can say is you are a blessing. You are a real blessing to us.
We have exercise classes, we have social events, we have day trips, we go to plays, we create art, we have adventures in learning.
We have senior center programs for active older adults, a full range of exercise programs, lifelong learning programs, and enrichment programs, arts and crafts for individuals who are seeking to enhance their lives in a healthy and educational way.
Well, we go through what every volunteer organization goes through. We need volunteers, we need funding, and those are the big issues that we always face.
If we do 250, we're getting 350 requests in that year. So we're losing ground. We have a backlog. We are building more coalitions with more churches, which helps. But there is a great need there. We were hoping more people would step up and help.
The first reaction people get is they feel they don't have the time. And when you think of a whole week's time, spending 2 hours with someone is such a small amount of time.
As you do it under the least of these, you have done it under Christ. So it's a joy and a pleasure to give back.
I just feel as though it's at a point in my life now where I can give a little back, and it doesn't cost me anything, and that's all it is a little time.
The core of volunteers who are most active, I think, all feel that way, that we do something that matters.
I was 10 years old, skipping across the street with a pack of Juicy Fruit chewing gum in my pocket. I got hit by a drunk driver at 85 miles an hour, hurled over and down an embankment into a creek. My heart stopped. My doctor said the Lord's Prayer, and he said, as I said, rest in peace, your heart started as normally as anybody sitting in this room. You're here for a reason. Do you think I owe it back? I'll have that one time in your life that God touched you in some way and said, help somebody, do something.
We had a lady appear at Faith in Action last week who was there to tell us about how Shepherd Center was serving her. Well, she arrived in her volunteer uniform from Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center because maybe there are certain things she can't do for herself, but there are still talents she can give to others. So she was being served and she was serving. Some people say, well, I have no skill. If you can hold one end of the board, somebody else can nail it. We did have a Shepherd Center volunteer come out and work with me, a man named Tom Hamilton, and I just received the notice today that this Saturday they are celebrating Tom's 90th birthday. So at age 89, he was out there helping me nail down the planks on this walkway.
Through just meeting those volunteers and noticing their demeanor about the way they do things, the way they talk to you, it sort of rubbed off on me and had a large-scale effect on my life, inside and out.